Being a refugee or asylum seeker is always difficult. You're often viewed with suspicion. This cafe in Olten in northern Switzerland is a place where they are made to feel welcome. Here they can talk to each other, read their emails, relax a bit. They also get help writing a CV or filling in documents. But most importantly, they get moral support. Margaret Stringer, who runs the cafe with other volunteers, was also a foreigner to this country once. Originally from Northern Ireland, she was living in England when her husband accepted a job in Switzerland 16 years ago.
Obviously we were coming from another European country, so it's not quite as different as if you're coming from Africa or somewhere like that. But there were still many differences when we came. For example, the language was one big thing. We spoke English, and here it's German. Now, I was quite lucky that I had studied German at school quite a few years. But still, when we came, of course, we weren't prepared for the Swiss German. We knew it would be there, but you can't learn that anywhere else in the world.
If language was an issue for the former English teacher, imagine what it must be like for someone coming from Somalia.
I think everything depends on the language. You know, the first contact is the language. If you have enough language, you can contact every Swiss people.
Ali is working as a mechanic and is integrating quite well because he was granted refugee status. But most people at the cafe are still waiting for their application to go through, and that can take months or even years. These men, for example, are from Afghanistan. One of them was smuggled to Switzerland over a year ago. Actually, he wanted to go to England.
When the mafia people, they took me to Switzerland, they told me here is England, because I wanted to go to England, because I had a lot of certificate of the United States.
His story gets quite complicated at this point. He explains the Swiss believe he worked for the American forces. The problem is, he can't prove his life was in danger, so his case is still pending. Most people who come to the cafe are from Eritrea. While the recent revolutions in North Africa have led to a rise in asylum seekers from Arab Spring countries, few come to this cafe. But there are a lot more North Africans on the streets who are here for more economic than political reasons. Some are committing crimes, making life harder for everyone else.
I think there has been a little bit of hardening, perhaps, in the attitude towards asylum seekers in recent times in Switzerland. And I think that really came with the Arab Spring and with the many refugees who came from Tunisia and the North African countries. And I think also these particular refugees have a bad reputation for being criminals, for robbing shops and things like this. And I'm sure there are many good people from these lands, but unfortunately some people have given the others a bad reputation.
Tunisians, for instance, aren't for the most part recognised as political refugees. But even real political refugees coming from other countries can have a totally unrealistic picture of Switzerland.
They come with high expectations of Switzerland. Sometimes they come with the expectation because we have human rights, you know, in Switzerland, that everything will be really, they'll be welcomed with open arms and everything will be easy for them. And sometimes when it goes on a couple of years or so and things are difficult, they can get quite bitter and sort of turn against the country they're living in a little bit. And that again is very bad for integration. And that's why I think it's just important that we help as much as we can, that they keep a positive attitude and that they are welcomed and that they have somewhere to turn to.